On life's journey, we encounter moments of deep pain and anguish. However, Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic philosopher-emperor, left us a valuable teaching: the importance of letting go of the pains and worries that life brings us. Amidst the complexity of the challenges we face, Stoic philosophy offers a path of serenity and acceptance. Once the most powerful man in the known world, Marcus Aurelius attempted to live virtuously, following Stoic principles. Unlike many Roman emperors, he did not indulge in the many pleasures available to him, such as getting drunk on wine and watching radical games in the Colosseum. Marcus Aurelius desired to fulfill the task that fate had given him, which was to serve humanity, thus he cared deeply about fulfilling his purpose. But to do this, he needed to care less about things that were not worthy, nor new of our concern, and these things are many. One of the essential concepts in Stoicism is the division between things we control and things we do not control, explained so clearly in Epictetus's Enchiridion. Most, if not all, things beyond our own actions are not under our control, which means we must renounce the world. Not necessarily, but the Stoics believed we should be realistic about our limited influence over these things and that we burden ourselves unnecessarily if we do not. When life becomes painful, it often indicates that we have invested our emotions in matters beyond our control. By doing this we inadvertently grant these matters the authority to manipulate and control us like puppets. By disentangling our emotional investment in these matters, we strip them of their influence over us, granting ourselves the serenity to remain undisturbed. In this video, we will discuss Marcus Aurelius's teachings to find peace even when life seems unbearable. Authority to manipulate us. For Marcus Aurelius, not being disturbed by things outside his control allowed him to deal with the many responsibilities and challenges he faced as emperor and to focus on the task he believed he had received from the gods. For Epictetus, this meant freedom; for others, not being affected by external forces, or a selection of them, could be a way to focus on goals that truly matter, and for others it could simply be a path to a happy and carefree life. Society, circumstances, and even our own thoughts exert authority over us, shaping our perceptions and reactions to adversity. Marcus Aurelius reminds us that, although we may not have control over the situations we face, we have the power to choose how to respond to them. We must become masters of our own thoughts and emotions, resisting external manipulation and maintaining our inner serenity. The future and our imagination. In his meditations, Marcus Aurelius consistently distinguishes between the present, the past, and the future. Within each of these categories, the ancient Roman emperor offers valuable insights into how we tend to worry excessively about them, approach them in mistaken ways, or focus on inappropriate aspects. We often worry excessively about the future, imagining unfavorable scenarios that may never materialize. Marcus Aurelius encourages us not to let ourselves be consumed by these concerns, as they only rob us of our peace of mind in the present. Instead, we should focus our efforts on what is within our reach in the present moment, trusting that we are capable of dealing with challenges as they arise. When it comes to the future, our imagination often runs wild, inventing countless scenarios of what could happen, but which probably will never happen. The merely possible and the misery of the future. We can spend years carefully planning and saving for a well-deserved retirement, only to be confronted as we approach the golden years with a devastating diagnosis of cancer, thus losing a few months of life. The mere possibility of such events often plunges people into constant anxiety. The future bothers us only because we think about it, since it does not exist outside our mind. The human mind has the habit of amplifying the possible threats and catastrophes that the future may bring, making them bigger and scarier than they really are. Marcus Aurelius warns us against this pattern of thinking, reminding us that most of the worries we have about the future are mere possibilities, not certainties. By recognizing the illusory nature of these concerns, we can free ourselves from the anxiety they generate. Marcus Aurelius wrote that it is not the weight of the future that presses on us, but that of the present alone. It is not the future that hurts us, but how we deal with it in the present. The future does not unfold in the present, for when we encounter it, it is already present. The misery of the future is worrying about it now. When we care too much about future events, life eventually starts to hurt as we suffer in our imagination, allowing them to dictate our present. Marcus Aurelius said that, worrying too much about the future is wanting to be master of what does not depend on us. The past as a lesson, not a burden. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself of how existence passes quickly and disappears beyond our reach. Like the future, the past is a domain in which we cannot operate, for it has already passed, unless a time machine is created. Marcus Aurelius stated, "Remember that man lives only in the present, in this fleeting moment, all the rest of his life is past and gone, or not yet revealed. So short is man's life, and narrow is the corner of the earth where he dwells." The past, for Marcus Aurelius, is a memory that should only be used for learning and reflection, not to negatively influence the present. Just as we worry about the future, we often also carry the weight of the past on our shoulders. Marcus Aurelius encourages us to learn from past experiences, but not to allow them to prevent us from fully living in the present. We must accept that the past cannot be changed and that our energy is better directed at shaping our present and future positively. The past is not only beyond our reach, our memory of it is likely very inaccurate. However, we persist in our emotional attachment to past events, often reliving them in our thoughts and, in doing so, reliving the distress they once caused us. Many people blame themselves in such a way, thinking, "I could have handled that differently." However, these thoughts serve only to awaken desires that can never be fulfilled. For Marcus Aurelius, the focus was not on regretting or dwelling on the past, but on learning from it and applying those lessons in the present, aiming to live a wiser and more meaningful life. When life brings us pain and suffering, we can find comfort and guidance in the philosophy of Marcus Aurelius. By cultivating a Stoic mindset, we learn to detach ourselves from worries about the future and the weight of the past, focusing on the present moment and what is within our control. Remember, when life hurts, care less about it, and allow yourself to find peace and inner serenity. For more videos that can help you grow and succeed in your Stoic routine, I recommend subscribing to the channel and don't forget to comment on the video. Thank you very much.